that. Naomi also fucking saying that she went into Bianca's house, saying, she looked at pictures and then saying that her mom needs to be in a wheelchair, bro. She's out of pocket, but I like it too.
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
I love these. I always get them popping up on social media, and I think, that's a good one to bring to the pod. Pick one from each row. Who are you choosing? You have release one, retire one, rehire one. For the release one, you got Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky. For retire one, you got Natty, Charlotte, Becky. And rehire, you got Mercedes Moné, Toni Storm, and Paige.
Right.
Who are you picking?
Yeah. I laugh because the first choice, I mean, when you said the third name, I was like, okay. Like I said, I mean, no disrespect by, I've said so many times, dude, like Io Sky is a fire wrestler. She's a great wrestler, right? Like she's a great wrestler. One of the reasons me and you love WWE is because WWE has wrestling, and then it has character work. It has mic work. It has, people getting us invested in stories by their skills on the mic. Io Sky does not have those skills. She doesn't really know English that well. She's not very fluent in English. So her wrestling wise, she's great. Arguably she's up there top 3 women's wrestlers currently in WWE, but that is no question. Io Sky released like that is no, like that is no question for me. Io Sky is out of here.
Right. What are you talking about, bro? You don't want that? I love that shit.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Io Sky is and like I said, that's no knock to her, right? But I need more than just good wrestling. And so maybe I'm a scrub for that. Maybe, maybe I'm too, I don't know. But maybe I'm not a true wrestling fan for that. But Io Sky, yep, out of there. Retire one. Another easy fucking answer. Natalia, out of here, right? Like and she's a legend as well, right? And she's going to go to the Hall of Fame, and rightfully so. She fucking deserves it. But I cannot stand seeing her ass on TV. She's just, no, out of here. And then signing one back. That one is easy for me as well. I would bring back Toni Storm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say too.
Yeah,
I was like, I feel like people may think Mercedes Moné, but no, bro, Toni Storm right now is killing it. And I like Toni Storm right now. She was there before.
Yeah, and Toni Storm right now is arguably one of the hottest female wrestlers in the game, at WWE or AEW. And I'm just kind of turned off on Mercedes Moné. I don't know. I just, Sasha Banks in WWE. I've just been kind of turned off on her for a while now. So, yeah, I would bring back Toni Storm. Like Sasha Banks left,
and the way she left,
we haven't really felt a void whatsoever, right? Like you haven't really felt anything with her leaving. You can make the same case for Toni Storm, her leaving, and Paige, but I just feel like, Sasha Banks, she's a great wrestler, one of the 4 horsewomen. But yeah, I don't need it. Like I'm good. So I'd bring Toni Storm back for that one.
Yeah, I agree with all 3 of your picks.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like all 3 of your answers are pretty much the same.
I agree with all 3 of your picks.
Yeah. And that's no knock, right? Like all of those people on that list are legends, great wrestlers. One could argue they'll probably all maybe be in the Hall of Fame eventually.
Yeah.
Like Paige, I think is going to get in the WWE Hall of Fame. Whether she comes back or not, she'll get in.
And she's she speaks so highly of WWE still to this day.
Yes. Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, definitely getting in the WWE Hall of Fame. Toni Storm, if she comes back one more time, she's getting in the WWE Hall of Fame. The 3 legends that you named, all 3 getting in the Hall of Fame. And then the top 3, the first 3 that you named to release, all 3 getting in the Hall of Fame. So yeah, you could argue every single one of those women wrestlers are getting in the Hall of Fame for WWE. Legends. Episode 82 of the Lame Guys Wrestling Podcast. I'm Mario.
I'm Vincent.
We got Money in the Bank next week.
Yep.
So we've been having these qualifying matches.
Yep.
So far, let me read you so far for the men's and women's. Let me read you the Money in the Bank
Women's
before we get into the
fire,
highlights.
boy.
Yes. For the men's, we got Andrade. Andrade just got his spot last night
Mhm.
against Jacob Fatu and Mello. We got Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, my boy. He needs that briefcase. I don't think he's getting it. I think probably Seth Rollins is gonna get it. Solo Sikoa needs that fucking briefcase, bro. And Penta. And then there's still one more spot left.
Mhm.
For the women, we got Naomi. She deserves to be in that spot.
Yeah, she does.
You know, we got Julia, Roxanne Perez, another name who deserves to be in that spot. She had a legendary 2024. Alexa Bliss, finally using her. You know, she came back and then they just stopped using her for a little bit. She's in. And then Rhea Ripley, you know, of course, she had got nothing else going on. She needs to be in that match as well. I don't think she's winning that match though.
Nah, I don't think she wins.
So we got one more spot in each match. So far though, fire ass Money in the Bank.
Very good, bro. Very good.
Yeah,
Money in the
fire
Bank.
ass Money in the Bank matches. I think
For the women's, I could definitely make some cases for a couple of them. I'll say that.
right. For the men, I think I know we'll do predictions, or I guess no, we can't really do predictions because the card isn't fully
It's not
done
done
yet, right? Because it's
I
next
literally
week.
thought about that earlier.
Yeah, Seth Rollins though I think is winning just because he's got you have the Bronson Reed and you have the Braun Breaker factor. Like you can't negate those two, right? Like all they have to do is come in. Them two alone could take out everybody else in the match, and then Seth Rollins just gets to take his time and walk up the ladder to get that briefcase. But I would love to see Solo win. I would love to see Solo win, and then you still have that tension between him and Jacob. You know, Solo having the briefcase, just Jacob having a title. Like you'll just still have that tension of who's the leader. Yeah, I would love for Solo to get that briefcase.
Same. I would really love for Solo to get that briefcase. I think it'd be so fire. He deserves it. He carried that whole bloodline story. By himself, bro. Roman dip.
Yeah,
It was all him. It was all him.
Mhm.
And yeah, he definitely deserves it. For the women's, shit, bro. Instantly in my head, I thought, Alexa, here we go. Let's go for it. Because it's not like it's not like she's gonna win it and then instantly cash in off the cuff. No, she's gonna hold on to that bitch. But instantly I thought, oh boy, give it to her, let her take it. I'll be down. Loki, last week, I did not say it, but I completely forgot whenever we were recording to say Mommy in the Bank, bro. She's going to have that shit painted all on there. And then literally 2 or 3 days later, WWE posted Mommy in the Bank. And I thought, son of a bitch. I was like, I should have said it on the recording. I was so pissed because I was like, bro, I kept on thinking about it. As soon as she qualified, I was like, Mommy in the Bank is coming, bro. And then I forgot. Nonetheless, Roxanne, I wouldn't be surprised. I ain't gonna lie. She's
and that would be good tension.
Crazy.
That would be good tension with her and Liv. With Roxanne having the briefcase and then her, like, you know, Finn keeps wanting to put her in the Judgment Day. That'd be good tension for her and Liv. Yeah, dude, Liv should be in the match though, in my opinion as well. She should be. Let's get into Raw highlights. Liv Morgan comes back. Liv Morgan comes back, fights Kairi Sane. Liv looked good, dude, for her being off action. She looked good. We see her come back, and then she walks in on Dom and Roxanne. Roxanne gave Dom some nuggets.
Hey, and
so
not
there's
no
some
little
tension
10
there,
count, bro. Not no 10 count. Gave this man like a 40 count, boy.
Dude, I know. I was looking at that, and I was like, God damn, I would throw down, bro. I would throw down with those nuggets. And then Finn in the background. Huh? I didn't hear what you said. What did you say? Sorry.
Because you said, damn, I throw down. I said, with what? But then you say nuggets.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, dude. I'm a married man. I love Finn too, dude. Finn in the background, especially at the end. Whenever, he's great, bro. He's great at what he does, dude.
Yeah, he was so happy, bro.
And with like, that's the thing about Finn, right? Is like, you know, we get so mad about him losing all the time and this and that, but like at the end of the day, he doesn't really need these ups. Like he's already solidified, and he's great at backstage segments. He still gets on TV every week. And then he was also in the main event match of Raw. So like, you know, they still think highly of Finn And so yeah, he was fantastic with his eyes and smiling the whole time, and he's trying to piss off Liv. And that's where I think he's gonna try to break up Liv and Dom, but that's where I think Dom eventually is gonna put his foot down, and he's gonna become the leader of the Judgment Day, and they'll probably kick out Finn or however they'll do it. But Dom eventually I think will set his foot down. But yeah, I'm curious where they're going with that story, and then Liv loses to Kairi Sane because of Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, I was gonna say she should have told her, bro. She said, "I hate that I even have to say this." She said, "But you were the vet. You were the vet in there."
Oh, she told Raquel. Yeah,
Raquel. My bad.
Yes.
Raquel. Yes. She told Raquel. She goes, I didn't think I'd have to say this, but you were the vet in that situation. And I was saying, "Ooh, damn, that shit hit."
Yeah, it did. There's a little tension there, but she was also just mad, because she lost to Kairi Sane. What else happened on Raw? We had the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Seth Rollins obviously qualified. Penta qualifies. Other than that, there wasn't that much that happened on Raw. In my opinion, I thought it was okay. I didn't really stay up to watch it because I had to go to work.
Let me about to say, I know they officially started announcing the cards for the Worlds Collide thing. That was the thing I started looking at.
Yeah, which that's NXT and AAA.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be some fire matches for that. I'm excited for that. That's during the daytime, right?
During the day, and it's gonna be on YouTube as well.
Oh, is it not gonna be? It's not gonna be on Peacock.
Whenever I saw them promoting it on Friday, it said at the bottom streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, I heard them on SmackDown say it was streaming on YouTube also, but I just thought, what I bet you it is for the Mexico fans. I'm sure a lot of them don't have Peacock, like for the AAA fans.
Yeah.
So it's probably easier. It's probably easier just to put it on YouTube.
I'm about to say, oh well, I'll say this: Raw about to get lucky, bro. Raw about to get lucky. They about to get.
They're getting
Stephanie. Boy.
Yes.
They about to get Stephanie.
Yeah, and then Jordan Grace is going to SmackDown.
Yep, Jordan Grace going. It sucks, bro. Stephanie lost her title or whatever, but you know what?
Well, she had to. She's getting called up.
She's getting called up or whatever. I'm trying to go down to Raw, make sure we're not missing anything. I should have been more prepared. So unprofessional.
Yeah, my bad.
So unprofessional in me. My bad.
Well, I don't feel like there was that much that happened.
I think you're right. Yeah, I don't think much.
Unless I'm missing like something crazy, but yeah, I'm scrolling through. We have Jey Uso and Gunther. They had their little segment as well, because I think they fight. Is it next weekend? Next week? Next Monday night? Yeah, I'm trying to scroll down too. Yeah. Oh, you had Bert and what's his face there too as well.
Yes, I have that on the show notes.
Yes.
You
had Becky and Lyra getting personal.
Yes.
They got personal with each other. But other than that, yeah, that was pretty much it, dude. Yeah, I didn't really miss anything.
Did Cody come back tonight?
He came back on SmackDown.
Well, I thought no. I'm stupid. That was
they were promoting it there, but he didn't show up on Raw.
I was thinking fucking
Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah.
Then SmackDown last night. Yep, Cody came back. We had him, John Cena, Jey Uso, Logan Paul in the ring all together. Looks weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
like Logan skill wise fits in there, but it just feels weird, like seeing that. But that's gonna be your main event for Money in the Bank. I'm excited about that. I feel like that's gonna be a good match. Just to see Logan and John Cena team up, I think is who would have fucking thought. I would have never thought that I would see John Cena and Logan Paul tag teaming. But nonetheless, I think it's going to be fire. You have the White Six came back last night and attacked all the tag teams. I wonder what the fuck is up with that. I don't know if they're just trying to find big groups of people to attack or what the deal is, but they came back, lost all their hype, in my opinion. Lost all the fucking hype. They got to do something. They got to do something crazy to get me interested back in, because I am no longer interested in the White Six. I'm no longer interested in Uncle Howdy. I am no longer interested in that storyline. So they got to do some shit to get me back in there.
And I hate saying it. I really do. I've repeated myself multiple times saying it. That I'm telling you, ever since that first match for Uncle Howdy, I thought, yeah, you lost it. Not even like wrestling wise, but like that whole image was gone. And ever since then, to me, I just thought, I'm whatever. But then they cut a crazy, scary promo and backstage, whatever. You go, okay, whatever. Their entrance is aura. I will say that. His entrance is fire. But ever since that first match, I haven't cared. I haven't cared since.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. You know, I think also what didn't help is he took off his mask. I'm not saying he had to keep it on all the time because obviously we saw, you know, Bo Dallas in the promos and stuff, but when he wrestled without his mask, I was like, okay, bro. That's why I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, they all took off their masks, bro.
So yeah, you had that happen. So I'm curious to see where they go with that. You know, you had your Money in the Bank qualifying matches, Jacob Fatu and Solo. You know, Solo cost and Jacob Fatu. So Andrade gets the W there. I thought it was gonna be Mello, but Andrade's a great wrestler. He'll be fire in the Money in the Bank match as
He
well.
would, man.
You know, he'll do something.
Ooh, Melo gonna be crazy in that Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Naomi gets the qualifier as well. She rolls up Nia Jax. You know, I will say this too. A lot of people aren't really talking about this. Jade Cargill, dude. I think we mentioned a few weeks back. Jade Cargill is getting better and better in the ring. I don't know if you watched last night's match, but like every week they're putting her in these matches and she is getting better and better in the ring. And a lot of people aren't talking about it because all we were talking about beforehand was how, you know, you could tell she was green. You could tell she needs to learn a lot. That tag team stand with her and Bianca and then her time off that she took, she has gotten a lot better.
She's getting polished, bro. She's getting polished, definitely.
Yes.
And it's looking really good on her.
She's looking great. She's looking great. But Naomi, I think, needed the W there. She needed the win. So I'm happy they gave that to her. You know, I would have loved to see Jade, but it's just hard to envision her in a Money in the Bank match like that. Naomi also fucking saying that she went into Bianca's house, saying, you know, she looked at pictures and then saying that her mom needs to be in a wheelchair, bro. She's out of pocket, but I like it too because it's what she needs, bro. She's a little crazy heel. So
She
yeah,
said all that shit. And I was like, oh my gosh, bro. That's a Naomi way. You wild.
yeah,
You
I know.
wild.
It's just like, jeez. But dude, and Solo has been trying to get Jimmy back into the bloodline. What if
Yeah.
he starts trying to get Naomi? Like, what if he starts trying to get to go through Naomi to get to Jimmy, right? Like, and because it's weird because, you know, we all know that Jimmy and Naomi are together, and you have Naomi being heel, crazy ass, and then you have Jimmy being good guy. So, yeah, I'm curious where they go with that. And then you had JC Mateo fight R-Truth, which he pretty much squashed R-Truth. So overall, SmackDown too. You know, it wasn't that crazy. Wasn't that crazy. You know, other than the main event spot, you had John Cena or you had Cody say he was going to go shine as Peacemaker or whatever. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it was an okay SmackDown. It's more so we're just trying to get some Money in the Bank, but it just feels like, bro, there's like no hype for Money in the Bank either, just because we get these events so often. We said this last week, but it's like Money in the Bank is already next weekend.
Yeah, Money in the Bank's already next weekend. The build-up has been going on, obviously, but it's just like, damn, I want to miss a PLE. I want to count down, bro. When is another one coming up, bro? I need something to get hyped about.
Yeah,
they're just pushing them bitches out. And like I told you last week,
yeah,
it now in my head, I'm thinking, God, I hate seeing it like this because I'm not that type of person. But now I'm just thinking, God, bro, it's just they just want money. They just want money.
No, yeah. And we said that last week, dude. That's how it feels like with TKO. That's how it feels like. So it is what it is, bro. But yeah, that was your Raw and SmackDown highlights. What else we got?
I wanted to talk about that Bert and Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura. They had, you know, WWE been having celebrities pop up here and now, or, you know, now and then on their programming, and Raw was no different. You had comedian Bert Kreischer, comedian Tom Segura. I listen to their podcast. They good. Tom, in my opinion, or Bert in specials. I don't know if you ever listened to this shit. Bert in specials is funny. Him live, it's hilarious. Tom in specials, I've never really got into it. Him in a podcast setting, doing interviews and with Bert, I like it. It's good. Him on Rogan is great. Whatever. But him in specials, I never really got into. So like, if I went to go see him, I'd be like, whatever. A while back on his podcast with his wife, Your Mom's House, that's what it's called. He's made some comments in the past talking about wrestling fans and how dumb they are, and they live in with their mom.
Wait, which one?
Tom.
Bert or the other guy? Okay, yeah.
Tom's made some remarks about it, talking about it's fake, it's dumb, it's yada yada yada. And he talked about those who watch wrestling are dumb, and he's made very negative remarks. So when he showed up, everyone on Twitter instantly started reacting, saying, "Wow, you got Tom here. That's so crazy. You got Tom here," because Tom's had some comments about wrestling before, yada yada yada, whatever. Well, from Elite Rockers per Wrestle's votes, several people within WWE were unhappy with the comedian Tom Segura's appearance on this past Raw, as he's made several disrespectful remarks about wrestling years ago, calling it fake, stupid, and referring to his wrestling fans as idiots. Stop with these celebs. Yeah. It was funny though, because I think after the show, I don't know who did an interview with Bert. It wasn't anyone in WWE, but someone did an interview with Bert, and they were talking about, like, there's this video going around, like, y'all are right behind the announce table, and a wrestler came straight towards y'all, and Tom reacted, and like, yeah, and he was saying, dude, he goes, this isn't Tommy's venue. He goes, but he was into it. He said he was fully invested, yada yada yada, and he said he had a good time. In my head, I'm thinking maybe it was just that. Maybe he never experienced it. He didn't watch it. He didn't understand it. He talked crap about it, but then actually going to it, maybe Triple H was like, "Hey, bro, I heard what you said. Come watch a show. Come watch a show and let me know what you think." And for Bert to be like, "Bro, he was fully into it." Maybe he changed his mind, but nonetheless, you think the wrestlers have a point to be upset with him showing up and having a spotlight on Raw and everything like that? How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what comments he said, but I do know in today's WWE, there's a lot of bandwagon fans, like a lot of people that hated on WWE before, go to a show, now like it, now become fans, which that's not a bad thing, because it just makes WWE even more popular and bigger at the end of the day. So but yeah, I mean, if he did say some fucked up shit, I mean, I could see why they would be mad, for sure. I think he would just get in the spotlight though, because he was there with Bert, because they do love Bert. WWE does.
Yeah, Bert's a party.
So right. So I think that was why. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really think much of it. And if he did say fucked up shit, I mean, and if he liked the show, then I mean, I guess that's all that matters. But I guess I'm also just so jaded to people saying wrestling's fake, and like, why do we like that shit? And this is all set up and everything's fake, and so like I'm just so used to that. Like I just don't even. I just kind of goes one ear out the other. Like I don't even really think about it, to be honest with you. So I mean, yeah, if he says some fucked up shit though, I can see why they'd be pissed.
Yeah, I found the video and I sent it to you. I swore I sent it to you whenever I first saw it, but nonetheless, I sent it to you. So yes, I mean, you're right. I didn't even think about it like that. Like at this point, we're just jaded. We're jaded to people discussing wrestling in this manner. I'll tell you this: what I do. I mean, I bet you do the same thing. I love when people, not on this topic, but like just talking about people talking about wrestling, and they know I'm a wrestling fan. I love when people try to talk about wrestling and think that they know what the fuck they're talking about. They're like, right. They're like, oh yeah, because that one dude, and they say a name, and he goes, yeah, because he's okay, and you just think it, bro, he's not really doing nothing right now. That dude retired forever ago. That dude isn't even in W. Like, but it's just like they just glimpses of what they see from however long ago, but to them that was the most recent memory. So they're trying to talk to you, but they're trying to relate. I get it. Some people do that. To me, I just give them the, oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, okay, all right, man. I know you don't know shit.
Yeah. No, I don't really have that nowadays. Yeah, but I do remember like when I worked at Costco, yeah, like I would have those times. Nowadays, I tell people I like wrestling, and they're just like, "You like?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." And if they tell me it's fake, or they just like one ear out the other, like yeah. I don't care anymore. So even if he did say those things, he's not the first celebrity to fucking say that shit about WWE. So I don't know. Like I said, I could see where you got pissed. I watched the video here after this, but yeah. I will say this though. I mean, I know you think they're so funny, but like anytime I see Bert in them, I'm just like, oh, here's this motherfucker again. He's gonna do the same shit, take his shirt off, be in the background. But I do need to watch some of their stuff. I've never watched any of their stuff, so that's why to me they're not funny.
Like I said, it has nothing to do with him making comments about wrestling. It has nothing. Like I said, and their podcast, Bert, because they're podcasts together. Bert and Tom's is called Two Bears, One Cave. Together, they're funny. Them just going back and forth is funny. Bert is obviously the one that drives it because he's just whatever. He's wild.
Yeah.
Tommy, like I said, he's good with stories. He's good on Rogan or whatever. I don't like jump up and down when I hear him in interviews, but he's good. He's entertaining.
Right.
I'm telling you though, in specials, I can't get into it. Bert, on the other hand, I can, and I've seen him live, and I'm fucking crying with him.
Yeah. You know who I want to see live so bad is Theo Vaughn. I want to see Theo Vaughn so bad, dude. I know this is sorry. I know this is off topic, but I just want to see him so bad, dude. Yeah. And bro, what's crazy is he's not even trying to be. Like, he's just being a fucking self.
I still think I know this is off topic. I still think one of my favorite videos, bro, or clips, is when he had Drewski on his show, and then he talks about, yeah, I have a Cat Williams statue in my house, and he goes, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, I found it at Michael's one time, and I just bought it.
It's just a nutcracker.
It's a nutcracker that has the short hair and the mustache. And he goes, you're not lying. He goes, you just be saying shit, but you're not lying. You really be telling the truth.
Yeah.
He goes, look at him, it's Cat Williams. He goes, that's not Cat. He goes, but you really. He goes, they had like 3 of them.
Yeah. I've been watching. Every day when I get on the treadmill, I'll put on Theo Vaughn. He just had Caleb Presley on. He's that guy who does that Barstool segment.
Caleb's
and Caleb's funny as fuck too.
Yeah.
And so I've been watching like 20 minutes, every day or so. And dude, yes, like they're just fucking being bros, like just talking, and that shit is so fucking funny. So yeah, I do want to go see Theo Vaughn for sure.
I love when he went to go talk to the soldiers or whatever. He goes, y'all asked me to come here, and I thought, God damn, y'all must be down bad.
Yeah. Yeah, what did he say? He was like, if y'all need me to talk to the Middle East, then we must be, or he said something like that. Yes, along those lines. Yeah, he's funny as fuck, dude. He's funny as fuck. What else we got on the notes?
From there, bro, we mentioned Logan Paul being amongst Cena, being amongst Jay, and being amongst Cody. That's not the only news Logan Paul's been in the media for lately, bro. Yes. He made a video making some comments discussing what we've heard in the past, and we've seen it pop up countless times, honestly. And it seems like it happens every single time he comes back or he starts getting a PLE or whatever. People start making comments about he doesn't deserve this. And he made a video discussing about there are certain superstars backstage that still say he does not deserve this. And then he explains, here's my reasons why I do. You sent it to me. He has some valid ass points. He's not
lying. He pretty much just said along the lines of like, his whole life he's got attention, he's got viewers, and that's why he is where he is. And even in WWE, they know that he gets viewers, he gets people to watch, he gets people to watch him whether they want to see him succeed or whether they want to see him fail. Either way, they're tuning in, and he's not wrong. He's not lying. And the people that, have whatever beef they have with Logan Paul, whether it's the Japan thing or whatever he's done, they get mad about it, but he's not wrong. He's not lying. People still tune in to see Logan Paul, whether they tune in to see him win, whether they tune in to see him lose. Same thing with Jake. So he's not wrong.
Bringing that up.
He's not wrong. It's been the same thing with the Paul brothers for years now. And there is a reason. There's a reason why he is in the spot that he's in. He is a great wrestler, but he is also a great marketer. And he is also going to get views, bro. He's going to do some crazy in his match, whether it's the fucking drone shots and he posts them on Instagram or whatever it is. He is going to get views on whatever he is doing for WWE. Even when he was U.S. title, you saw it. You saw that U.S. title everywhere. You saw that U.S. title everywhere he went. He had it, and he was getting eyes on WWE. Even when he walked out with Jake for whatever fight that was. I don't even remember what fight it was, but he had the U.S. title on his shoulder.
Yep.
Like, he gets eyes. He gets attention, right? Karrion Kross gave him response. And Karrion Kross also made very valid points as well.
Very valid.
He much said along the lines of, Logan is saying this and that. Like WWE people couldn't do the same. The problem was they weren't allowed to do the same thing.
This is true. This is very true.
It's very true, and it's still kind of true today, because like it's a lot more lenient, right? But we've seen what happened to Mandy Rose. We've seen what happens to people that like try to do things on the outside as well. There's still not really any WWE people that are like big streamers or big YouTubers or anything like that. Like they all have their YouTube channels and stuff, but they're not like Logan Paul YouTube big or anything like that.
I think the most successful one has to be the up down thing, or the up down down thing with Xavier. That's the most successful thing.
Well, Sheamus is a pretty successful YouTube channel as well.
Yes.
He works
Sheamus
out with
doing
it. He
his,
works out with every, and those videos are pretty successful. Like you scroll on his channel, and a lot of them have like close to 1 million views or 1
No,
million
my
views.
bad. I'm mainly talking about especially in the Vince era, because Xavier was doing it back in the day. Vince shut everything else down, but he saw Xavier was a little too big for what they were doing. And at the end of it, he was like, they're just fucking playing video games. Yes, I have my heels and my baby faces playing video games in the same video. Can't really do anything about it because guess what? It's big. It's big. And then ended up helping New Day in the end. So he couldn't shut that one down. But yes, you're right. Sheamus' stuff right now is popping. Even his clips on social media, they're popping.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
So, but nonetheless, it's still a valid point. You know, you could argue a lot of these wrestlers, if they were allowed to, you know, market themselves in other ways outside of WWE, they'd be a lot bigger than they are today. But Vincent let Vincent allow it, and so that's why you have wrestlers. We've seen it with Maven, dude. Maven, his YouTube channel's blown up too because he just gives those videos from behind the curtain, that, you know, behind the scenes of what it was like when he was in wrestling, and so, you know, Karrion's right. Maybe a lot of these wrestlers would be bigger now if they were allowed to do other things like that back in the day. Nonetheless, I think both guys have valid points. I can't tell if Karrion is doing this like because he for real doesn't like Logan, or he's just doing it because he's playing his character still, and like still, you know, like because he also was saying the same shit when AJ Styles fought Logan at WrestleMania, saying like AJ needs to win for us wrestlers, but then he went and helped Logan win. So like I don't know if he's, you know, still just being Karrion Kross character, or if he for real just has a problem with Logan, or I don't know, but they both have valid points, and I think Logan either way is going to come off douchey just because a lot of people hate him. But at the end of the day, he's not wrong either, bro. He's really not.
Yeah. One who we just found out is doing little big stuff on the internet that shit I ain't going to go look for. Is old boy Shiloh from LFG.
Yeah, he's he does like a little dark web series. The little dark web series, which the dark web is scary in itself. So he's a big computer guy, but also like, yeah, you have a lot of YouTubers now like doing their own shit, like WWE people doing their own shit, like, and Bianca and Montez have the Hulu show. You know, and so like
Diva stuff. They have the Nikki and Bella, the Brie, Nikki and Brie thing or whatever.
So, you know, I mean, I think it's different nowadays. Dom has been I've seen him on so many podcasts in the past like 2 weeks since he won the Intercontinental Championship. So like, you know, there's different avenues now. I think we're going to see a lot more people just become big outside of WWE, and that'll, you know, that's part of the reason Karrion is blowing up. Karrion's finally, because of his Twitter videos, is blowing up. So it is what it is, man. I mean, I think you're going to have people mad either way, but at the end of the day, bro, you got to put butts in seats, and there's a lot of wrestlers that do not put butts in seats. Yes, they've put the time in, they've grinded for years, and they arguably should be in that spot that Logan's in, but they don't put butts in seats, and that at the end of the day is what fucking matters. We saw it happen with Ricochet. They put him with Logan Paul. They gave him that spot, and he didn't capitalize on it. It didn't turn out as good as they thought it was going to. People didn't care as much as they thought people were going to care. And he's another one where he's a fucking vet, dude. Like, he's put a lot of time in. Like, he's a great wrestler. Now, I will say his stuff at AEW now, he's growing a little bit. Like, you know, like he's kind of being his own person, and that's kind of working. I feel like a lot more people think you know, Ricochet's funny and stuff, but you know, you have those wrestlers that have put tons of time in, but they just can't get big, dude. They can't get butts in seats, and that's their biggest downfall. And Logan, whatever you want to say about him, he can get butts in seats.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you said it earlier, even with Jake Paul, people are going to tune in because they want to see them get whooped. When Logan and Jay had their match at Saturday Night Main Event, someone took that shot of when Jay kicked Logan in the face or in the mouth, and it started popping up everywhere. Everyone's like, "Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay." People want to see that, so people are going to tune in to Money in the Bank, hoping Logan gets his ass whooped, hoping Logan gets kicked again in the mouth. I mean, we saw a little tension between him and Cena. He over here pushing him, everything like that. Yeah, and then Cena had to like step up, like, bro, like, chill out. People are going to now think, oh, please, John, please give him an attitude adjustment or an FU. Give him one of those. At the end, people want to see him fall, but guess what? He's still going to be on TV, making you watch.
Yeah, and even if he is falling, like the fact that people are so happy to see him get his butt kicked, they're going to watch that video. They're going to watch that match, just hoping that he gets his butt kicked. So, and like you said, the Jey Uso, the kick, like that picture, I've seen it so many times on my Twitter feed because what is he doing, bro? Well, you're happy to see him get kicked in the face, but you're still paying attention to him. And so at the end of the day, that's what it's about, dude. So, and that's why we're always so big on mic skills, right? Like that's another thing. Like Io Sky is getting over now because of her wrestling ability. She's so fantastic. But think about how big she would be if she had mic skills. Think about how big she would be if she was fluent in English and could talk every Monday night on Raw. Like, bro, she would arguably be probably the hottest wrestler in WWE.
Yeah.
But, she can't. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I think both of them have valid points. I'm curious though, like if Karrion's doing this in character or if he's doing this because he for real feels this way.
Tell, and that's always the best.
Yeah, I can't tell. He's so good, and he's even blowing up now too, dude. He's selling a lot of merch. I think I saw the other day he was like third in merch sales or something, and they barely put him on TV. And so
he's doing it himself now at this point, bro.
Yeah, well, he's just going off as on his own, and he's utilizing social media, which that's huge nowadays. That's huge nowadays, dude. So. Yeah, man, I'm curious. I feel like he should have been in the Money in the Bank also.
I would have loved it. Give him that opportunity.
Yeah,
give him that opportunity.
Karrion Kross should have been. Karrion Kross should have been in the Money in the Bank for sure. With how big he is, dude, right now, he should. What's the last qualifying match? I know it has AJ Styles. I could find it here in a minute. Hold on. I know it has AJ Styles. It's a triple threat match on Raw. Oh, here it is. CM Punk, AJ Styles, and El Grande Americano. This motherfucker getting 2 matches, bruh. Chad Gable, and then you have El Grande Americano. Imagine he gets it done though.
That'd be crazy. That'd be funny.
It is kind of random that they put him with AJ Styles and CM Punk.
Punk's gonna get it, bro. Shit, we're gonna
CM Punk and AJ Styles in the same match together. That's fire.
That's fire, bro. What I could see Punk winning, and then him and Seth are gonna be the ones where everyone goes, bro, which one of them are gonna do? And then they're gonna cost each other, and neither one of them gets a title.
Yeah, I don't see CM Punk winning. And he may cost Seth at Money in the Bank. If he doesn't win, he may cost Seth.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he may show up and maybe prove Seth. Yeah, and prevent Seth from winning. Yeah, I think Karrion should have been in that spot though, but it is what it is. You saw tonight they had that Netflix thing. You saw Liv and Dom kiss each other.
Yeah,
on the lips.
Yeah,
we haven't seen the kiss since that one time. Since that one time where they were.
Yeah, I think that's why it's making its rounds all over Twitter. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, WWE probably told them too, like, bro, this is a Netflix event. We need to kiss them. We need to get some publicity. We all need to kiss.
He said, WWE said, hey, you remember Edge and Lita, what they did on Raw?
Yeah.
Do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I don't know. All right. Anything else, dude? It's been a slow week. I mean, there's not really much other than Money in the Bank next week.
Yeah, slow week, bro.
Metro Boomin making some WWE songs, dude.
Boy.
That would be fire. Anything better than what we're getting nowadays, bro. Anything would be better than what we're getting nowadays.
That's one thing I want to talk about. I've been every single time we mention about some of the wrestlers' themes and everything like that, especially when it comes to Royal Rumble. That's always one where everyone talks about Def Rebel and everything like that. What's funny though is they are also responsible for Jacob Fatu's music. They are responsible for Roman's. They are responsible for Bianca, or no, I think Bianca's had her since before Def Rebel, but nonetheless, they are. I mean, they are responsible for some heavy hitters out there. But it's
but like my argument would be
much though, and it's like
my argument would be even their hitters don't have any words. You know what I mean? Like Jacob Fatu's is just it's a cool beat that fits his character. Roman Reigns. Good song, the good beat that fits his character. Whereas back in the day, all those songs had words for the most part. Yeah, you know, like you would only get really a generic song when it was like someone that was, you know, just debuting or something.
Yeah.
But nowadays it feels like every song is just generic. So I don't know. Metro could just put a little beat on everything and just make it a little better, probably, or something like that. But that'll be fire. I mean, maybe he'll do it for free.
Yeah. He'll be like, bro,
I mean, he likes wrestling.
I always want
He
some
likes wrestling.
bro. He said,
Yeah, maybe that's what it'll be.
where green shirt sits, I want to sit right next to him.
Yeah, because you know, if he could get it to where like WWE owns this, and then no one can copyright it, and maybe he just gives it to them or something, then they can actually use good songs. The problem is that they can't use actual songs because then, you know, the whole copyright shit, and then like they have to pay a lot of money and stuff. But if Metro could just make them shit just specifically for WWE, you know, that'd be fire.
Yeah, man. The way he made that beat for like that, yeah, do that. That dun 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 dun. Boy,
Yeah, like dude, like him making a Jacob Fatu shit. So that'd be cool. But like I said, WWE is only going to use it if he gives it to them.
Am I racist to think to myself, oh boy, give him the Street Profits?
No, I don't think so. Their new song sucks too.
Well,
Their
yeah.
new song sucks. You heard it?
Yes.
Yes. I just thought, bro, go back to your old shit, bro. This shit is not it. This shit is not it. And I'm pretty sure Def Rebel made that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they made the original Street Profits one though, because they had that song for a while.
Yeah, they've had that for a minute.
But yeah,
I don't know. I don't know when. I don't know where they turned, because I know there's. I can't remember the two guys that did it prior. Now it's three of them, but there was two guys that did it before, and there's even some YouTube videos where they show them making like even Finn Balor's song, the dun 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 dun, like how they did that. They did Bobby Roode. They did a couple other people's and whatever. But then
that weren't Def Rebel.
Yeah, like I said, they were responsible for doing them before, so I don't know if they were responsible for even like Bianca's or not, because at some point there was a switch when they end up doing Def Rebel.
Yeah, I wonder about Seth Rollins as well.
I don't know. I wonder if I can look that up. But nonetheless,
Seth Rollins is good. Yeah, dude. Metro would be fire on that shit for sure. Just anything would be better than what Def Rebel's giving us.
Def Rebel.
Oh, it did. Okay. See, that's one of the things. But like I said, that's just a beat. It's just like a whoa. That's all you have.
Yeah, but it's catchy.
It is catchy.
No, they do got words.
It is catchy. It does have to burn it down. It just says burn it down. It is catchy though. Yeah. Anything else?
That's all we got.
All right. Yeah. So next week we'll watch Money in the Bank. Hopefully we'll get to review that one. Other than that though, slow week. So if you have nothing else, bro, we'll catch you guys next week.
All right. Later, guys.